obviously my jam, but that is a good, like, you know, I finally got done, now I'm cooling down, you know. Again, that's, well, finally got done. Not got done what that song is about, though, guys. Anyhow, holy cow, guys. Whew, I just did 5 miles, which puts me at 13 point, well, not quite 13.1, but puts me at 13, and we're not even 13 days through the month, guys, which means that I'm on pace to be keep up, which is really, really nice, too, because this isn't the shortest month of the year. So you have 31 days to get 26, which means you could just do a mile for all 26 days in a row. But I don't do it like that, you know, because that's not the purpose of, you know, this. But holy cow, guys, I just did 5 freaking miles, guys. It was 10:41, perfect timing, too. I did, obviously, do really freaking good despite not being on a treadmill, guys. Over 5-minute pace again, which is freaking amazing. And then I did do double tattoo, though. But then, other than that, guys, that was pretty much it. So, and then I obviously had to let the song choose it, because I'm only going to do tattoo 3 times in a row. But yeah, it was a nice little 2 for Tuesday twist. So, that's pretty fun. And then, I'm curious to see, tomorrow will be a little bit different of a baseline understanding, because tomorrow, obviously, I have to go, tomorrow when I go swimming, I'm having 5 miles the day before. And I'm not going to have 5 miles the day before. I'm going to have, like, maybe 1. And, obviously, a decent amount of driving. You know, 4 hours from Clearwater to Miami. And also, I didn't see any updates. They haven't talked about it. But I did watch the weather last night for Miami. And they're already 70s and mid-80s. Almost breaking records, guys. Oh, my God. So that's amazing. Pennsylvania is still just well, today, right now, my car says 45. I don't think it's going to get to 70 today. It'll be at the very, very end, too, which is different. But if you want to talk just reaching the temperatures, Pennsylvania should start meeting Miami's daytime highs pretty soon, you know. But not in the time that I'm gone. It'll be by the time that I come back, and then maybe just a little bit more. Because remember, I kept track with that a little bit last year, so that'll be fun to, you know, see that, you know. But Pennsylvania, I don't even think there's been a time in Pennsylvania's history when we've woken up with 70. I'm going to have to look into that, even living in Pennsylvania my whole life. But, I mean, I haven't really paid attention to the weather. But I know there's been some times where it's been decent, you know, like 60s, I think, whenever I've woken up. But anyhow, guys, I'm going to go ahead here. I'm going to get going. That was a freaking amazing run, guys. And then, I was thinking about before I go, I'll try to break one of my records before. I'll have to go through my list and write down the times, all the times for the past year. Well, for the past 2 years. And then I was thinking before I try to go to Florida, I'll try to break one of my records, right? Like I had shared that a little bit before, right? And that added on to the, you know, that life, right? So I had shared that before where it's next to impossible, right? To, right, like really deep in it, really depressed and stuff like that. So I had shared that before, right? Where yeah, you do exercise every day, but then you can also go back to all these little oddities, right? And then it's not just like you're increasing and not enjoying the increase. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, and even after the increase is done, you're still enjoying yourself, right? Like, that's obviously the complete opposite when it comes to that stuff. Yeah, you increase, and on the surface it might be, oh yeah, okay, I feel okay. Really, you don't, though, right? Do you know what I'm saying, though? So, that's kind of crazy, that realization. I didn't add that in, but that's kind of common sense. But, yeah. So, anyhow, guys, I'll go ahead here. I'll get home. And then probably do some, maybe more shark research. Maybe not, though. But I'll figure out some stuff to do here before work. And then, yeah, we'll be officially ready to swim, guys, tomorrow. I'm trying to think on what bikini I may or may not wear. I haven't tried on the teal one with you guys yet, so we're not going to do the teal one. We'll find one. I don't know which one I'll try, honestly. But anyhow, I'll try one. We'll figure one out to try. So anyhow, guys, I'll go ahead here. I'll get going. Talk to you guys later. Hey everyone, your girl is here. I'm about to do my bed minder, but...
You see it?
Now where's its red feathers?
Right here, there's 2 spots.
Yep, you can see it, 1 and 2. So what? You think that he came from the bar, or?
I don't know. All of a sudden I heard this and I thought it was a shot. And I thought that guy...
Listen, any bullet besides the BB gun would go through this
I
glass.
didn't know it came here. I thought it was someplace else. And because I was working around. And this lady over here said that man that lives across from her is going to start shooting the groundhogs when he sees them. But look how beautiful he is.
Mm-hmm. That is sad.
And on this window, I
see
looked
it.
at there.
Yes, you guys can see, obviously, last night, talk about change, right? So talk about suicide, right? Well, my suicide Saturdays have left me a curse. Because as you guys saw last night, a cardinal, when my gram was here after I left work, it took its own life, guys. That's crazy. So that's something. Talk about suicide, right? Yeah. I've been talking about it a couple times. Obviously, I've had at least 5 suicide Saturdays this year where that's the topic of suicide has come up. And yeah, that's crazy, guys. Crazy. Alright, guys. Anyhow, let's go ahead and let's do my medication minder. And then I'll come back on with you guys and we'll work on some stuff. So here we go. Alright, guys. So I just called my pharmacy as well. And officially... because I do have that text that'll say when the meds are coming, or this script has started to fill, so I was able to get the 3 started, and then obviously my diabetic meds, remember that one where I was having that issue with 270 or 580, right, and healthcare cost, right, that's what it boils down to. Anyhow, it still takes money to make the pill, it's not the quantity. Anyhow, guys, so officially... those are starting on the 22nd, so I will have all my meds ready. We won't do my meds together, but I just got that situated and all ready for Florida, guys. Oh my god, another duck in a row, guys. Oh my guys, this is gonna be so much fun, guys. I am so elated. So anyhow, I'll go ahead though, I'll get going here. I just want to come on and do that nice little update. Oh my god, guys, beyond elated for Florida here. Oh my gosh. Alright guys, so I just looked at my list. Sorry, I did cut that out because you guys saw, what the heck, Alyssa, you just cut out a film. Yes, because I went up and I got up and I said, let's go through them. But then I couldn't remember which bikinis I had already worn. I know I had done the sunflower, or the American flag. I know I did the tie-dye, and I wore the orange one time. Yeah, and I think the macaroni one time. Anyhow, so what we're actually going to do is we're going to do the teal bikini, but we're going to try it on with you guys first, since I have tomorrow off, duh, right? So we'll try on the teal bikini, and then we'll officially just wear that for there. And then we'll probably do the smushed boobs bikini on Friday. So there we go. We got them planned out. Teal and then smushed boobs. So anyhow, guys, I'll go ahead here. I'll get going. I'll talk to you guys later. Also, talk about package updates. This is insane. So 2 for Tuesday. So both my Poshmark and my Vibe, which is the Lava Sunset bikini, those are both in Pittsburgh, guys, and then my cup sheet is in Baltimore, Maryland. So, oh my god, guys, we're gonna get all the I'm gonna have all the packages
and everything is just gonna line up right in the line exactly the way that I need it. So anyhow, I seriously though gotta get lunch, so let me get lunch. Yeah. So anyhow, guys, probably have the warmed up chicken noodle casserole. So here we go. Time for grilled cheese, Mumu. Time for grilled cheese. Time for a long distance. Or time for a long time frame after a long distance. There we go. What? Why? Yeah. I went the whole way up to the lower end parking down there by the bridge. And then I turned around and went back to my car, and then I turned back around to about it. Nope. Nope, I don't. I agree, Mumu. He shouldn't have to. That's cheesy. It's gonna turn into that's peachy, Mumu, huh? Yep, that's right, Mumu. That's cheesy, then that's peachy. That's what I'm gonna have. In Georgia Peach World. Hey everyone, your girl is here, so it's now officially time, 12:55 actually. I did just get done with my lunch. I wanted to come on and also share that Thursday we will officially put out my trail camera too. So take a hike Thursday, you know, which you can do that if you don't do a track up the mountain Tuesday, because now obviously I work on Tuesdays. But yeah, we can do a take a hike Thursday. We'll also put out my trail camera. I'll probably check it maybe 1 or 2 times before Florida, but more than likely just once if I can find a place where I can have it off the distance, off the beaten path a little bit, you know, and just make sure that it's still there. I don't think that I have issues with that kind of people, you know, and also I indirectly kind of set myself up for success, right? Because if that person, right, remember how I waved my hand in front, right? Yes, during one of my final videos where I had talked about then, towards the end of that, you know, the sew job, right, and how I moved on relatively quickly, and then why is there a need for the other, right? Yeah, I think yeah, that's exactly when that happened. And why is there a need for another, right? Yes. And then I showed you guys where I got my photos in 2024 in October in the fall leaves with the yellow leggings. So anyhow, you know, if I do decide to put it in that area, you know, and nobody else has been out there, you know, then that's kind of like I indirectly set myself up for success, because if somebody sees mine then, right, they're not likely to. It's like a good ripple effect, right? But with that, you know, it's 50-50, because, you know, somebody could smash an innocent person's camera, or they could smash the person that smashed theirs. You don't really know, right? But again, I don't know why people decide to smash them, you know. I mean, you have to be doing some pretty risky stuff. And even if you do risk it, like, you know, like smash it, there's still ways that your fingerprints can be on there, right? So, and I mean, unless you're deliberately knowing what you're doing is wrong, and then you're doing some shady stuff, right? And then that's why you carry gloves around with you all the time. So if anything comes up, right, and it's a trail camera, you know, or you guys get the point, right? Eventually, though, you will get caught, because, you know, it's only one frame, right? And you also don't know exactly how parallel it is, right? Similar to Nancy Guthrie. Eventually, they'll catch who did that, right? It always comes out, right? So, regardless, though, he thought he was okay by doing this, but he actually wants it, right? So, you might think that you're good, but one little camera that was immediately sent to somebody's phone, because they have one of those kind of trail cams, well then, you know, you're just doomed, right? Yeah, you're doomed. Alright, anyhow, that's just a, you know, a little bit of elongated, right, to have a good 15-20 minute video here today, because I don't like them to be super short before work, because this is a super lush life. So yeah, anyhow, and I've pretty much already almost matched all of my, you know, video names, right? And I had shared that before, that even if I do decide and find a place where I can check it with my trail cameras or my binoculars, it won't be a try an FBI job Thursday, right? Because that's not really, you're not really doing anything that the FBI would do. Right now, if you put it out and you try to blend it in and disguise it, yeah, that's a try an FBI job to an extent, right? So yeah, so those ones though are the harder ones to get, like, you know, multiple years in a row, right? Where you try an FBI job Tuesday, right? Stuff like that. So those can be hard, but yeah. So anyhow, guys, I'll go ahead though. I'll get going, and then I'll take care of that cardinal, throw him away. That is very sad that he decided to take his life, but that's what cardinals do sometimes too, you know? And you can't really actually communicate with them, but sometimes you can get good ideas, right, from their behaviors, right? If there is suicide in birds, right? Is there suicide in deer, right? Not really. I mean, if they go out on the lake and they drop through the ice, does that mean that they tried to kill? No, that's just what deer do, right? So it's really hard sometimes to determine with animals. But yeah. So anyhow though, guys, I'll go ahead here and I'll get going, and I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you guys tomorrow.